Hello, this is Sarah Brush. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to do a video about The View on ABC, which is a talk show with Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, Meghan McCain. Sometimes Anna, is her name, is it Navarro? I think so. Anyway, so they, just a day or two ago, a couple days ago, maybe it was the Friday show, they did a segment on Chris Harrison basically being fired from The Bachelor. And so just to preface what I'm about to say, The View were horrifying to me. The entire production should just shudder itself in abject shame for what they did to me. Not just for what they did to me, but for destroying Living While Black by turning it into a race hoax and a blood sport, targeting vulnerable white women for moral outrage industry money. And you would not even, the segments where they tried to drive me to suicide and defamed me, they're horrific. They're horrific. The one segment, they blew up a screenshot of the illegal video that Lalata Ciambola took of me at 2 a.m. when I was standing in the threshold of my own isolated Yale dorm room where I had a reasonable expectation of privacy, and she illegally recorded me without my knowledge or consent. And they took a screenshot of this. I'm perfectly calm throughout that entire video, but they grabbed some 1-second screenshot from the illegal video, and they blew it up behind them during their segment on The View. And it was a screenshot where my mouth is open, so it makes me look like I'm yelling or screaming or something. This is how horrifying what The View did to me. They are evil. They're sick and evil people. They should all be fired. They should all resign in abject shame. They should all resign from public life. They should all issue public apologies to me. I don't know how they sleep at night. I don't know how they look at themselves in the mirror in the morning. What they did to me is demonic. It's hateful. It's evil. It's vile. It's inhumane. I can't even believe that human beings would be this evil. That's how evil the women of The View are. And that's what they did to me. So, just so you understand, so they did a segment on Chris Harrison of The Bachelor. Now, obviously, I couldn't care less about The Bachelor. I couldn't care less about who hosts The Bachelor. But apparently, there was this. It's a non-event, but it got blown up into another, global racial hysteria. So anyway, so one of the contestants, my understanding is that one of the contestants from a year ago or so had a few years prior attended some Old South party, antebellum party, where they dressed up like in a Scarlett O'Hara dress from Gone with the Wind or something, and I think they were actually on a plantation, something like that. And so anyway, I believe that the contestant was a white girl, and I believe that she apologized, or something to that effect. And I believe her partner is actually a black man. Interesting enough. And so I believe what happened is that I didn't really follow it, so I'm just trying to give you whatever details I have to explain what's going on. So I believe that he basically just said that he didn't think it was really that big of a deal. But above and beyond that, I think there was another contestant on the show who was a black woman with whom I believe Chris Harrison got into some kind of a argument with over the issue. I believe that's what happened, and that was really what sort of exacerbated the entire affair. So he basically has been fired now because of this. So, but what is interesting to me is that the View co-hosts, they were just discussing this, saying that they think it's appropriate that he was fired, but they think that he can, continue to, work in Hollywood, work in LA, eventually, if he does the work. If he does the work and really, interrogates his racism and does the work and does the anti-racism work and comes to terms with his racism, then, he should be able to, work again. And Sunny Hostin, it's probably a contest between, actually, you know what, they're all so awful. But Sunny Hostin is evil. She is a truly sick and evil person. And she basically said that she does not agree with the term cancel culture. Well, of course she doesn't. Of course she doesn't. Because she tried to drive me to suicide and participated in the witch hunt at Yale that almost got me killed and destroyed my lifelong human and civil rights, academic and legal careers. So of course she's not going to admit that cancel culture exists, because she's the queen of cancel culture, along with Whoopi Goldberg, along with Joy Behar. And so then Sunny Hostin said that she thinks there's just consequences. So here's my question for you, Sunny Hostin. If you believe in consequences but not cancel culture, then where are the consequences for what you did to me? Where are your consequences? Where are your consequences for trying to drive an innocent anti-racism Yale grad student and civil rights attorney to suicide on ABC's The View? Where are your consequences for what you did to me? When are you going to publicly apologize to me for almost getting me killed and destroying my human and civil rights career? And I have the same question for you, Whoopi Goldberg. Where are your consequences? Right? So there's no consequence. So Chris Harrison needs to be fired from The Bachelor over next to nothing. Over next to nothing. And the women of The View, who almost got me killed, an innocent civil rights attorney, they don't face any consequences. There's no consequences for them. So there's no cancel culture, there's only consequences, but there are no consequences for the women of The View, apparently. And then they kept talking about how they think people, need to be open to doing the work, coming to terms with their racism. So Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, I want to ask you, are you open to doing the work of coming to terms with your anti-white racism? Are you open to doing that work? Because I really feel like you need to do that work. And you both need to make public apologies to me, and so does Sarah Haynes. I think I remember Meghan McCain being present at one of the segments, but I don't think she actually participated. I think she was just silent. I don't remember her actually saying anything defamatory about me, but Sarah Haynes definitely did, Whoopi Goldberg definitely did, Joy Behar definitely did, and Sunny Hostin definitely did. And all of them need to resign in abject shame from their positions at The View, and they all need to make public apologies to me for what they did to me, almost getting me killed. And there's not a doubt in my mind that they all knew I was completely innocent. They did what they did at the behest of the Yale admin and for moral outrage industry money. And I think a lot of people did this, and I think that this figured into, I remember Whoopi Goldberg saying that obviously, I performed my egregious act of racism, in homage to Trump, because I was so, motivated by Trump's rhetoric. So I do think that a lot of people tried to get me killed because they recognized that my story would help Trump. So I do think that that was a motivation as well. I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm going to wrap it up. I will have all of my fundraising links below. And thank you so much for everything, your donations, your kind words. I love you all so much. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.